Hello and welcome to a quick video. Today we are going to check the new vote, and this is a major one, I've heard. I didn't really plan to open the game today per se. Well, I actually kind of have to redeem. I have to get this one because now this should lead to this one there. There you go. But I heard in my Discord server that a big poll was going on the Wolvesville, so we are gonna check it real quick. And it seems to be about QOL, or was it QOL? I think it was like a list of things that should be added. And I've seen this poll like before every update we see this poll in Discord. And there's always like a good option usually wins, but it's not like the best option usually wins for me. But we have a long list, so this might be a longer video than we're used to. I'm just gonna go over every single option, and say what I think of them. And then I will say like the best 1 or 3 or 5 options for me. Let's just go into it. Auto replace inactive clan leaders or allowed forced transfer. I'm not sure if like the leader actually is able to be replaced. For me this could be bad personally, but I think other than it, this also does make sense. A clan should be more than about one person for sure. I'm not saying my clan is only about me, definitely not, but I also don't want to lose the power to my clan. Like, that would just be unfortunate. But yeah, I imagine like in the most cases this could be a very useful option. And yeah, it also just depends. Like if I don't know, like if your clan leader just permanently quit for whatever reason, it makes sense that this is like something that this should be a possibility. Definitely at least make this a setting for sure, and then also have that setting like displayed, I guess, for everyone. Like see like, okay, before I join this clan I know that this clan leader is not going to be able to be replaced in case he goes inactive. That would be like a nice option. I think this could be good if it works like that. Avatar shuffle, choose which slot gets shuffled. I'm not sure what that means. But it doesn't sound really major to me, to be fair. Alright, show grave robbers initial target in game logs. Yeah, I think this would make sense. But this is like one of those options, like, why is this in this poll? This should just be like a small fix they do for the next update, not like one of major features that has to come to the game. Expand loyalty token rewards, more outfits, frames, icons, badges, etc. So they're gonna like, yeah. This is just for the people who spend money. I have some loyalty tokens. Personally, I don't really care about this, but yeah, I think there's like a small portion of people that would like this. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm really neutral on this one, to be fair. And we have the reduce or rework the play 40 games with friends battle pass challenge, which I think that would be good, because 40 games with friends, like, in my case, well, if I were to play 40 games, many of them would be with friends, because that's just how it goes if people add you. But I imagine there's like a lot of people I know, like when I host custom games, they don't really have people to invite. And maybe that's just custom games. Maybe they just don't want to invite people who they think like, they're not going to be interested. But there's genuinely a lot of people who don't really have active friends on this game. So I think this is just a bit unfair as an objective. Maybe they could even make it like friend list based, but that would require a whole technical system. Game over screen show custom role icon for winning team instead of default icon. Yeah, I think that would make sense, but this is like another QOL thing. This shouldn't be like in the same poll as some big stuff that I think is coming up. More unique kill animations for various roles. Siren, Shapeshifter, Headhunter. That would be cool, for sure. Another thing that I would say, well, this might be a bigger feature than, for example, the game over screen thing with the custom role icons. But yeah, good feature. Add outlines around player names in game for better readability. Okay, yeah, I think this would be nice as a setting, because I don't know if I'm gonna like it. If I don't know how it's gonna look like. I'd imagine just like black outlines, but this could be cool. But also, yeah, this could be a setting. Let spectators play minigames. Yeah, I would say this is definitely a good change. I think this is something that is also like something QOL, you know? Favorite save and share past the game logs. Okay, that would be a cool feature. I will vote for that one. That is definitely one of the better features I've seen so far. I will vote for that one. Persist user settings across devices. Yeah, this would also make sense, but also I would say this is more like just do it. Don't ask for people to vote for this, you know? Like, just do this. Like, I would almost say, well, we're gonna say that at the end of this, I think, but I might as well pull it up right now. They should divide this thing in like two things. They should divide this in like, okay, we have like major or like somewhat major features coming to the game, and we have like things that we could quickly change, and then like, okay, we're gonna introduce like two major things or one major thing in the next update that takes a lot of time to develop. Then we can theme this update. Well, they have a theme based of whatever the battle pass theme is, but the big thing that this update will be known for then could be like the big thing that they voted for, the people. And then we should have a separate list with like QOL, and they say like, okay, we can fix a couple of these things. They're like not that much time, but I don't know, takes a couple hours perhaps, or maybe a day per thing. And then I don't know, I genuinely have no clue how much time goes in that, by the way. But yeah, and then they say like, okay, we're gonna pick 5 out of these 20. So those two things should be separated, but I will explain that later as well. Improve Roseville rewards, replace small loot box with something. Yeah, I would say so. Like the loot box is kind of something like you don't want to get a loot box when you're gonna spin the rose wheel. Disable chat, enforce anonymity during roll drafting. Okay, that is also a really good thing. They should have done this already way before though, but yeah. I will put a vote there as well. Although I don't really play roll drafting, I might revoke this vote. Tooltip showing where each inventory item came from. That would be cool, but another thing, like, it sounds pretty small, so why should it be here? I don't think this is like major enough for me to get a vote on. Improve clan search. This is very vague, so I don't know how they would improve this. Like, I don't know what's gonna be improved there, but yeah. Let clan leaders or co-leaders toggle each other's clan quest participation. You know what? It could also be pretty cool to have like a system that says like, okay, if you've been inactive, or like a setting per clan that you can set as a clan, and if you've been inactive for so many days or weeks, then you're automatically disabled in quest. That would be a cool thing to add instead of this, perhaps. And then the clan leaders and the co-leaders would automatically fall under that as well. Random role categories should list which advanced roles they include. This is definitely something they should do, but again, this is like QOL. I think it's not major enough to see this to the game, but yeah, to like vote this over some other things. Sound notification when a hero spot is found. Yeah, that's another thing, like pretty useful, but is this gonna get my vote? I think it's not like big enough for that. Hide privacy options for custom role icons from others in grids on profile. That could be cool, I suppose. I'd rather see just like have the option to see like every icon, every custom role icon as the one that you equipped. So for example, you equip a Ghost Daddy icon, but you play like, I don't know, Aura Seer. Then whoever is Ghost Daddy appears as the icon that you set for yourself. That would be like, that's something I really want to see, because then I will use the role icons. They make more sense to me in that case. And now it's just like useless flexing. Alright, increase the Evil Alliance XP bonus, currently 10 to 20 or 30. Yeah, I've heard this is very popular. I'm gonna vote for it as well, because I think this is needed. I feel like at the moment it's not, people don't really care enough about Evil Alliance, except for like competitive players, but yeah. Customizable backgrounds for in-game chat bubbles. Okay, this could be cool too. Like, this might get my vote, but I will check what else we got. Role-specific tutorial video guides for each role. Okay, so this is interesting. I know this is gonna be like somewhat popular. and I might be involved in this if it's gonna be like a video guide. But yeah, we'll have to strike a deal there. I see. I don't know if I'm gonna vote for it. Well, I will probably. Add more role-specific night themes would be cool too. Portuguese language service for crazy advanced general game modes. Yeah, so I don't know. Assuming this is here, this sounds like this is requested a lot and might be necessary. I won't vote for it because I think there's just a couple options that I prefer, but I would say this is just have this. Like, just add this to the game and don't weigh this up against like the other things that are like bigger and take more time. Show stats for advanced roles you don't own. Yeah, but like again, there should be this makes just too much sense. Why should we vote for it? This is not like popularity thing. This should just be there. Adjust size, position and placement of avatar items. Ooh, so then you could like this would be pretty big in the avatar creation, I think, and I might vote for it because I'm not even too big on avatars per se, but if you would be able to do this, avatars could go like all. This is basically like host mode and custom random roles and custom roles for custom games, but then this is then that for outfits. So I'm gonna vote for that, even though I'm not gonna use it probably. And I will remove this one. And then show your queue position while waiting in hero queue. Okay, I don't really play hero games, to be fair. Buy perk exchange vouchers in the shop with gems. This would be cool, to be fair, but I don't know how expensive they would be. Not my highest priority though. Promote XP boost advanced games to attract more players. Yeah, this is like, I don't know. I've had this discussion very often with people about advanced games. I would love to see advanced games be more alive. Then I would also play it probably, because I think like sandbox. The problem in sandbox is just you have like people who don't like roll calls and that stuff, who are like just not competitive. But I'm also not very competitive, but I at least want to like play games in which people fake rolls, you know, and also as villager. Like that would be my preferred game mode, but ranked is like too toxic, too competitive for me. So this would be cool, but at the same time, I don't know. Allow custom role creation in custom games. Well, this is the big one that I got pinged about. I'm 100% voting that. That is the best thing that could happen probably in this list to the game. There are like bigger problems in the game that should be fixed. And I don't know if, yeah, it kind of depends on your view, I suppose, if any of these problems would be addressed in this specific list. But I think in this list, this is the best option. I'll explain why soon. The last one is highlight the daily quest role during role selection. Yeah, this would be cool, but another thing, like, just add it. This shouldn't be like, I want to say we shouldn't sacrifice custom role creation in custom games for this. Like, this should not compete with custom role creation. What should compete with custom role creation is something like the previous option I voted: adjust size, position, and placement of avatar items. I don't know if that's how the developers look at it. That's why I vote both, because if I know they compete, then I will just not vote for the avatar thing now. But yeah, since everything competes here, I'm just going to vote for the 5 things that I think are the best / biggest additions for the game. I think a lot of people would do that. But now I'm going to explain why the custom role creation in custom game is bigger than you think. If this happens, it's not only going to be a boost for custom games, and there are not many players maybe who play custom games, but I want to emphasize this is a big boost for people who like creating roles. Because if this becomes a thing, of course, not every role is going to be able to be played with, because some roles just add things that are already non-existent. But if this becomes a thing, then a lot of role ideas can be tested in custom games. For example, I could see myself, if you watch my streams, I could totally see myself have these fan-made role streams, because yeah, we do that like twice a month. And then I pick the best 3 or 5 ones that are also like doable in custom games, and we test them in custom games in the next stream. Like, that would be such a fire concept. And I think that even if you don't care about like my streams, which fair, not everyone watches my streams obviously, and even if you don't care about custom games, this opens a lot of potential for new roles as well, for sandbox, advanced games, ranked, quick game, whatever. Like, there's so many things that can be tested and that the community can like discover, that people only really conceptualize and then they send it in a Discord, but then it's rejected because, well, someone thinks it doesn't work. And then, but if you actually testing custom games in certain concepts, it could be like an actual really good role, and you will only know it by testing. So that's why I think having custom random or custom roles in in custom games would be such a big thing. Like, for the whole role creation scene. For custom games, this would be a cool boost, but I don't think there's gonna be many more players in custom games. I like, this could be like the best thing that could boost custom game players, but we'll just have to accept the fact that custom games is never gonna be like the top 3 game mode, you know? So that's never gonna happen. This could be just so much for the role creating community. I think this is like the best thing for them, and also for custom games this would be a big boost, and I would absolutely love to see this change. This is definitely my favorite thing. If you still haven't voted, please vote for this. Definitely if you watch my streams, because there will be a lot of fun if this becomes a thing. I think this might become a thing at some point, but this has been in polls for I think a year or more for now, and it has never won obviously because it's still here. So yeah, I just really wish, I've heard, if I'm not mistaken, that the increase the Evil Alliance XP is like the most popular one. I think that has to do with the fact it's not like everyone has a different thing that's their favorite probably, but this is going to boost like every game to such a degree that everyone has this as their 4th or 5th option. So, and then you get a lot of votes. That's how this becomes popular. And I think this should totally change, but this is also something like they can do this like in 10 minutes, I think. It like, doesn't take too much time. Well, 10 minutes might be, I don't know, like, I'm not a developer, might be little, but this is like, if you're gonna say like, okay, custom random roles is gonna take a week, then this would probably take 1 hour. So, or custom rules, I should say. I say custom random rules all the time because I'm just too used to it. But yeah, custom role creation, if that takes a week, then this takes like 1 hour. It's such a big difference in terms of how much time there goes into that. That's at least what I assume is the case. There are a lot of good options here, but absolutely go vote the custom role creation in custom games. That's like the best thing in this list for sure. Also, I would highly advise adjust the size, position and placement of avatar items. This is a great one. This could absolutely boost the avatar creation community. This has like unlimited potential if that becomes a thing, especially like the position thing. I like to make Miis sometimes on my Nintendo Switch too. And also I made Miis on the Wii, and I've played Miitopia, for example, and at the time of recording tomorrow, Tomodachi Life, the second game actually releases, so I'm also gonna play that, which is also about Mii creation and whatnot. If you don't know what Miis is, just look it up. It's a Nintendo type of figure, and I know there's like crazy Miis that have like a nose in such a weird place. I'd imagine something similar could happen if you could adjust the position, the placement and the size of items in Wolvesville. That would be such a big thing. Also, role-specific tutorials, video guides for each role. I'm really curious how this is going to look like. This is like, the developers have talked about this in my Q&A recently, but this is already on their agenda for a very long time. I'm curious to see which of the two options it would become. Like, if it would be like an actual tutorial like the Seer tutorial, or if they're gonna go the video guide route, because in that case I might be the one making them, and in that case I will have to make some sort of deal with the developers, because yeah, I will come to that later on my main channel, I think. But the overall guide is kind of on hold right now. And I've not made too much progress there. And yeah, increase the Evo Alliance XP makes sense, but just do that. Don't like say like, okay, we're only gonna pick one and that's the winner, so we're gonna be lazy and only pick that one and we're gonna ignore everything else. Because that would be very disappointing. Also to like most people who voted that. And yeah, the game log thing would be cool too. Like, I don't really use it, but I know this is very requested, so definitely something that is worth it. Alright, that's it. I hope you also are gonna do this poll. It's a longer video for once, like 20 minutes. And yeah, see you next time. Bye bye. Like, apparently more people care about loyalty tokens than about new roles. Okay, that's kind of like a reality. Role-specific tutorials. Spectators, yeah, should also be a thing. There's so many things that should just be a thing. We don't have to vote for them. Or that we shouldn't vote for QOL and also major features at the same time. That just doesn't make sense to me.